Well, I've been working on Warp Tech almost every day for over 3 months now, and I think I'm getting a little bit worn down. And my first reaction to even typing a sentence like that is, "Hey you, people work for way longer than that and they don't get burned out, so get back to work." And rather than just ignore that sentence and run the risk of one of you evil little gremlins commenting something similar, I've got a few responses to that. So the most obvious one is that game development is creative work. And yeah, I'm sure I could work for a lot longer if I was, I don't know, chopping logs or delivering mail or something. Not that there's anything wrong with those jobs, of course, but they're more predictable in the way that the energy you need in order to deliver mail is physical and routine, rather than the creative and unpredictable energy that you tend to need for game development. Creative energy is more tricky to recharge because you really can't just go through the motions until you get it back. It's not possible to come up with ideas if you really hate doing it. That feeling will just block the creative flow. And once the ideas stop flowing, it is really quite tricky to make them come back. I'm sure it is possible with practice and expertise, but hell, I'm not the most creative person at the best of times, compared to other people I know who secrete new ideas at every waking moment. But the point is, there's a distinction between the traditional 9-to-5 office job, which is definitely challenging and stressful in its own ways, but it's also potentially less prone to burnout. The next thing to note is that my brain is just not the same as most workaholic brains out there. Some people do work 11 or 12 hours a day on creative work, and it does absolutely kill them, but they're still able to do it, sorta. And in some way, shouldn't I try to force myself through that to get this game out there? And the answer is definitely no. I shouldn't do that because that's real unhealthy on like a mental health level. But more importantly, that does not actually make a good game. Putting in more hours does not necessarily correlate to putting more work, or especially not a higher quality of work. The highest quality work comes from when you are well rested and thinking positively about the project, not when you're exhausted and you hate working on it. And again, contrary to what you might think, massive quantities of low quality work, as is the case quite often in their 12-hour workday, it does not make up for really any amount of high quality work. So how am I going to fix all of this? Well, the usual plan is to take a little break and focus on something else. I'll still be doing YouTube videos, and I suspect this break won't last even particularly long, because I do want to work on the game. I just can't make myself focus on it or enjoy it at all, really. At the best of my abilities right now, I'm still putting in pretty low quality work. With any luck, I'll be back in under a week or so. I've known that I've been slowly careening towards burning out for a few weeks now, and I have delayed that for as long as I possibly can with, things like caffeine, vitamin supplements, and some more experimental things. However, these aren't permanent solutions, they're just that. Delays. If there's one lesson I can impart to you, kind viewer, it would be that burnout, at least temporary burnout, is for many people inevitable, and you don't need to and really shouldn't feel the least bit guilty about realizing it and taking steps to fix it once it's happened, because otherwise you're just going to be miserable for a while. So thanks for watching, and do stay tuned for more YouTube videos, because I'm still doing this even if game development is stalling a little while. YouTube is still going because that's easy and I enjoy it still. So goodbye.